Hey everybody, it's Laurel Fick with Niche Medical, and I am popping on today to talk to you about grocery shopping. I have learned from many patients over the last 8 weeks that I've been in this new practice about difficulties they have sort of in meal preparation, meal planning, and grocery shopping. And there's a variety of ways people do this. So there's a lot of people who rely on grocery delivery. There's a lot of people who just buy things for that day. There's some people who do big grocery trips. And so I'm going to try to break that down and make it a little bit easier for you if this is helpful. Just because this is the way we do it doesn't mean that it's the way that's going to work for everybody. I'm just going to share with you some of our tips. So some tips that I have for you. So we tend to find, so we're a 2-physician family. We're busy. We got 2 kids. We got a bunch of pets. Busy house. And so we find that it's easiest to do meal planning on the weekend, and then have a big trip that we go to usually Saturday or Sunday. When we're meal planning for the week, we typically are looking at what's the weather going to be like? Is the grill an option? Is the smoker an option? How are we going to be preparing our meals this week? Is it going to be cold, windy, warm? What's going to sound good and look good? What types of activities do we have this week? So do the kids have rock climbing, or do the kids have sports, or do we have a hobby or something that we're doing in the evening, or a school event? And then we always try to plan at least one vegetarian meal. We tend to really get our kids involved in meal planning as well, so they're often picking at least one meal per week. And they know that it's not going to be hot dogs and mac and cheese. It's totally fine if your family does hot dogs and mac and cheese, but that's not something we do frequently in our house. And so we reserve veto power, but we do try to engage them. And so last week, for example, one of them requested black bean soup with avocado salsa, which is really, really tasty. And I can try to post that recipe too. When you're actually at the grocery store, focus on the perimeter. So you're going to be thinking about the produce section, the protein sections, the dairies, the frozen foods, and try to stay out of the middle. Now, I still buy things from the middle of the store. That's where the packaged goods are, but they're typically more processed things that you're going to find in that region of the store. But I'm actually going to share you kind of my weekly staple grocery list, things that we always have on hand in our house. And if you always have these things on hand, meaning that as soon as something's used up, you put it on the list to buy the next week, you will always be able to make a pretty easy, quick home cooked meal with just some basics. So staying stocked on your staples is really, really key. And then lastly, groceries are expensive. So this doesn't need to be something that breaks the bank. I think you'll find that shopping at the grocery store and making your meals will end up saving you and your family a lot of money, certainly at the grocery store and with meal planning, but also long-term in terms of the health benefits and keeping yourself from getting sick. So I'm actually going to copy and link a Google document that I created with just sort of our standard staple list. These are things that are always in our cart every single week at the grocery store, unless we have a surplus. For example, flax seeds. I don't need to buy flax seeds every week, but it's something that when flax seeds runs out, they go right back on the list every single week. So we have kind of a standard amount and type of food that's always available in our house, so we can throw together things if we need to. In addition, then of course the meal planning for anything extra that we need. So I'm not going to go into all the details here, but I'm going to kind of quickly read through these. So in terms of the produce aisle, we do a lot of produce every single week. So fresh fruit, always some kind of berry, some kind of seasonal fruits. Could be apples, citrus, pears, plums, whatever's usually on sale. What we maybe haven't tried in a while, or we haven't had in a while, and what looks good. We always have bananas. Bananas are easy. I like to combine those with sun butter or peanut butter. We have a peanut allergy in my house, so we have sun butter, but bananas and peanut butter make a great snack for the kids, or a quick breakfast on the run if you have to do that. For lunch preps, always something green and leafy. So we always have some sort of lettuce in our house, whether that's romaine hearts or spinach or kale or, one of those big bins of prepared microgreens, things like that. So whatever's available. Sides, whatever's on sale. So usually we'll say we're having this protein and this protein. These nights we need to have 2 sides. That might be cauliflower, broccoli, bok choy, broccolini, Brussels sprouts, green beans, whatever we see that we like, roasted carrots. It could be a variety of things. And then we always have sweet potatoes on hand. Sweet potatoes can be used as a quick side dish, roasted. We can roast them on the weekend and have them for meals throughout the week. They can be thrown in omelets. They can be used in lots of different ways, and they're incredibly healthy for you. So always sweet potatoes. We buy those every single week. Snacky food, so always have peppers, tomatoes, cucumbers, celery, and carrots. We always have those in our refrigerator. Flavors, always have onions, usually some red and some yellow or white. We always have avocado, we always have spicy peppers, we always have garlic, and we almost always have shallots, ginger, cilantro, and green onion. Those are just kind of staples that we use in our household every single week. And then of course anything for specific recipes. In terms of meats and proteins, if you're not a meat eater, that's okay. We don't eat meat at every meal, but we look at what's healthy, what's on sale, what sounds good, and we always have seafood at least once a week. In the dairy and refrigerator section, eggs, plain high protein yogurt, butter, cottage cheese, and then all kinds of other cheeses. Usually we have a block of cheddar, mozzarella, Parmesan. We usually have goat or feta cheese, and then usually another variety, Colby, Munster, whatever else we feel like. In terms of the grains and canned goods areas, we always have flax, chia, and hemp hearts. Those are 3 separate things. We have quinoa or farro available. We always have some sort of pasta, typically a whole grain or a high protein variety. Always have at least one type of sauce on hand so we can make a quick meal if we have to. We always buy beans. Every single week we buy beans. You guys know I eat beans every day. That sometimes they're black beans, chickpeas, kidney beans, pinto beans, Great Northern beans, cannellini beans. We eat beans all the time. High protein, low carb tortillas, brown rice, whole grain bread, canned tuna, capers, nuts, pesto, and salsa. Frozen stuff, always make sure you have some frozen vegetables on hand. My favorite are frozen peas and frozen Brussels sprouts. We always have some frozen shrimp available because we can defrost that and make a quick meal. We always have some frozen chicken breast. Again, we can use that to make a quick meal, and always have at least a little bit of ground beef. So if we have to make a chili or a spaghetti in a night we're in a pinch, that's pretty easy. Miscellaneous olive oil, avocado oil, sun butter, or peanut butter if you're a peanut butter house, red wine vinegar, balsamic vinegar. And pretty much with that grocery list, with that set of staples, you can get through most of your week. So I will share that in a link with you that you can use when you take to the grocery store. If you just always keep those stashed in your house, you'll be off to a good start. In terms of meal planning, here's what we do. So Sunday nights, we usually do something fun like homemade pasta or lasagna or a themed meal. Sometimes it's Oktoberfest and we're doing schnitzel, or we're doing Mardi Gras, and so we'll have beignets and something along those lines. So we do something fun typically on Sunday, and then meal prep for the week ahead. Monday through Thursday, we have seafood at least one night. We do at least one vegetarian meal, and often one slow cooker meal, especially on nights where we're going to be busy with activities. Fridays are pizza nights. Sometimes we make homemade pizza. I don't. My husband makes homemade pizza, or we order pizza out. Saturday, usually something slow. If my husband can smoke something in the smoker, if we can cook something really fun, we usually do that. So we eat out once a week, maybe twice a week, but we're mostly cooking at home with our kids, and they're cooking with us. And then invite your kids to be involved in this process so they can learn great habits over the course of their lifetime. All right, I've created this YouTube channel so that I can have a little bit longer videos, and I'm trying to figure out the social media business. If I can help, please reach out, Dr. Laurel at nichemedandconsulting.com. Have a great weekend. Bye.